Hello guys and welcome back to another Legion IX Expander replay. I've got a 2v2 with you here. I am playing as Epirus, and my teammate, SH Disappointed, is playing as the Arevaci. My opponent, who is Macedon, is General Grizzly, and the other opponent playing as Athens is MGL Draegos. As you can see, I'll go to the army competitions when we get in the game. We're playing on Macedon Center. On my side, I have 3 Samnite Warriors, Mercenary Samnites, and 3 Mercenary Tuscan Hoplites, with 4 Slingers and an Agrarian Axeman as my missile contingent. I also have a Mercenary Italian Sword on my right flank. I also have a Royal Peltish General and 3 Militia Hoplites, with 4 Thessalian Cavalry. My teammate has 4 Scutari Spearmen, 3 Painted Warriors, 2 Noble Fighters, 4 Iberian Slingers, 3 4 Celt Iberian Cavalry, and a Noble Cav. MGL Draegos, on the other hand, has 4 Slingers and 4 Militia Hoplites. He also has 3 Thorax Hoplites and 2 Mercenary Veteran Hoplites, with, if I believe yet, 3 Thracian Warriors and 3 Tarentine Cavalry, with 2 Epirus Lancers in support. Macedon, playing as who's Grizzly Bear, has got a baseline 3 Pikemen, 2 Rhodian Slingers, and a Cretan Archer as his skirmisher. Very elite skirmish corps we have there, with an Archer on each flank. He has 1 Thessalian Cav, and 3 Hoplites, 1 on the right flank, 2 on his left, and a Furrier Spear on either. He also has 3 Skirmisher Cav, which I'm about to engage, and 2 Thorax Swords on his left flank, with a Shield Bearer General. As we see, it's a very even matchup with the balance bar. It'll be a very interesting game. I wouldn't recommend bringing Skirmisher Cav if you have the money. Tarantine's a lot better and will serve you a lot better in melee after the battle, after the major skirmish engagement. These guys will do practically nothing against in a rear charge. They'll probably lose more men than they'll kill in a rear charge. Excuse me. Anyway, so I move over my Agrarian Axeman to the left flank because I see a heavy contingent of the Skirmisher Cav and I don't really need it on my inside flank. Anyways, my Slingers start shooting up this Thessalian Cav a little bit and don't get any kills, but may get a couple of hit point damage. Bit of hit point damage there. He brings his Skirmisher Cav up even though he sees the Agrarian Axeman. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I get an absolutely beautiful javelin volley and get 8 kills on the Skirmisher Cav and even make it go to yellow. I do fire another javelin volley, but it was a bit short and only just missed that Skirmisher Cav. I move my Militia Hoplites out in front and my Militia, so they glitched out and ended up behind there. On the other side of the battlefield, my opponent is doing a YOLO charge into this Thracian Warrior. Very good charge. MGL Draegos shouldn't have moved those Thracian Warriors that far out. I think it was a mistake by him. He didn't mean to do it. I'm not sure. He also got his Slingers caught a little bit by the other Celt Iberian Cav. That Thracian Warrior has now lost over half its unit and is practically useless now for the rest of the battle, as it's been killed by a Scutari Spearman that has lost it's still lost 20 men, but it's a Thracian Warrior that doesn't get a charge and gets countercharged by cavalry does horrendously and it's a complete waste of money. This Epirus Lance is charging the Scutari Spearman, which I wouldn't do as a good choice because of that now that Scutari Spearman is a cavalry counter tactics, and that Epirus Lancer will lose a lot of troops. Out of all the units in the field, I would not recommend charging a unit that has cavalry counter tactics head on, even with a heavy shot cav. This Scutari Spearman does alright, however, I didn't realise the Grizzly sends over a unit of Thessalian Cav to get a rear charge on the Scutari Spears, which should have gone into cavalry counter tactics really. As you see, he pops the quick reload time on his skirmishers, which was a bit silly. It's going to make him tired for late game and then a lot more ineffective. On the centre and the left flank here, my teammate SH Disappointed is doing a good job. However, his right side is crumbling a bit, but he does have a lot of cavalry in support, and he does have a reserve of Painted Warriors, which he is going to move down. He just got a clean charge into the side of this Mercenary Veteran Hoplite, I believe. Something must have glitched out there, but I think he wants to go for the javelins instead of the charge, which is very risky. You should have got the charge on that Versary veteran there, would have done a decent amount of damage. This Noble Fighter General is getting a lot of kills, but he's going to get overwhelmed by 2 4x hoplites. If you look on my side now, not much is happening. I'm not particularly winning the skirmish engagement, so to speak, but if he wants to waste Cretan archer ammunition, he can do. He does a direct charge with the Thessalian cavalry onto a militia hoplite, which I don't understand why he did. He could have at least pulled through to get to the slingers to do some damage, but he didn't want to do that. It was a good charge. He got a few kills, however, and I didn't get a chance to shoot back. But if he did, I think he did lose a few cavalry, so I wouldn't recommend, if he's going to do that, he would need to get to the squishy skirmishers afterwards. He managed to pull off this Noble Fighter and place it with that painted warrior we saw before on the right flank, which practically means that this side has got very little defence left now. These Celtiberians need to constantly keep on doing cycle charges. He has brought in this reserve. I don't know where this came from, but he did have it, which is going to go in there. These 2 Celtiberians should charge that militia hoplite and just destroy it before it gets a chance to engage. On the right flank, both of my Thessalian cavalry just got up clean charges off on both of these 4x swords, and even though they haven't lost a huge amount of men, the hit point damage would have absolutely devastated that unit now, so against any unit it will just crumble. My mercenary Samlet Warrior gets a clean charge off in this Thoria Spear, which drops drastically, and I'm going to use my Thessalian cav again now to charge straight into the 4x swords, which for some reason do a very stupid thing and get very, very close together. If it wants a shield wall, that is understandable, but they're just too close together, so this one charge is going to hit both units. And just look at it, look at the amount of kills. And with the second one with it as well, just look how quickly they drop. Drop them to 75 men. Those units are completely useless now for the rest of the game now. And I'm just going to send in an Etruscan hoplite, which will just deal with it, and which will just deal with the rest of these now, and was absolutely devastated. I'll even come in for another rear charge later on, which will destroy the rest of this 4x sword. These Agrarian Axemen are getting some good shots off in this hoplite unit. I believe they had 28 kills on a hoplite unit, which was very good. And every time my opponent is not doing very well, especially with the amount of skirmisher cav that was brought in to crush his skirmishers. However, long game, that's going to assist me more, so there's less skirmisher cav. They have not used their ammunition. That was a very, very, very big mistake by Macedon. He could have used those late game and harassed me a lot, but decided not to. He just got a small volley on the back from this Furious, but I get a very, very good clean charge. And we'll see the kills just rack up. Look at that, 20 on cavalry. We're getting 30 kills on the charge. Well, absolutely, they might have lost the skirmish contingent, but those skirmish calves are just going to get absolutely disintegrated. My Vorpelters got a clean charge on this hoplite unit, and my Thessalian cav just destroys what's left of these 4x swords. This mercenary Samlet's doing a very good job. For some reason he accidentally moves his archers into a melee engagement, and I get a Thessalian cav behind his lines to kill this archer unit before it uses up all its ammunition. The Furious Spear is just getting into position to start throwing javelins, but thank God it doesn't stop. He only manages to get one jav volley off, because that would do a lot of damage, as you see. I lost a decent amount of cav from that. All the Celtiberians died, so before he could throw up another jav volley, I've had a very nice clean rear charge into the back of an unbraced Furious Spear. This archer unit will die, and however he's moving his shield bearer general there, so I need to be careful, I need to get out of there. Luckily shield bearers do not have a javelin volley, so I did not get affected too badly by that engagement. I pretty much cleaned up Grizzly Bear's General Grizzly's left flank. This one Mercenary Etruscan losing 11 men and killing 142 4x swords is a very, very, very good. They've just paid for themselves right now, and they can still kill a lot more. I don't want to engage the pikes head on, but this luckily I managed to get a cheeky side charge with my Mercenary Etruscan hoplites on this pikeman, which is forced to make it retreat. There's one dead pikeman there, and this Mercenary Etruscan hoplite has literally only lost about 15-16 men, and it's killed an entire Furious Spear, so that's been very cost effective there. I've backed General Grizzly up into a corner. However, this Thessalian cav has got nowhere to run, and been pinned down by a Thessalian. It's going to get engaged by a shield bearer. So that's the kind of that. It was a good job from General Grizzly there to immobilise that Thessalian cav that went too far behind the enemy lines. I luckily do get a good charge on the back of this pikeman. Unfortunately, he does get these few ones down here, which will, as you see, kill 5, 6. but that does devastate the unit drastically. Mercenary and Etruscan hoplites do not have a javelin, unfortunately. However, they are very good units still, and will devastate a pike even if they get in a frontal charge. An Etruscan hoplite will win against the pikeman. It's just that I preferably don't want to lose a lot of men, as the pikes don't cost nowhere near as much as an Etruscan hoplite does. I do manage to get this Macedon to escape, and I will get it to do another rear charge on the back of this. Especially, I managed to get it in these Cretan archers a little bit, which is very good. I see his pikes have turned around, so I try and go for a charge before they reform. Unfortunately, he just manages to get them down, and I lose a lot of Thessalian cav. I have a Samnite warrior engaged and a militia hoplite engaged there. But these militia hoplites and Etruscan hoplites are engaging it head on now, just because I want to pin them up so they can't move around. This Thessalian comes in to wrap up a lot of these skirmishers. I even got a very clean side charge on the side of this shield bearer. It won't do too much damage, however. This pike line's about to break now, as it's just getting attacked from all angles, and it's disintegrated. Well, Peltus hasn't losing a man yet and got in 100 kills by this volley, I believe. Yep. A bit of friendly fire going on there. So you see here, Athens has been very badly damaged, but unfortunately it is the end of my teammate and the Arevaci player. This noble cav will end up taking out both of these Tarentines, which will help me. We'll end up taking out at least one of these Tarentines. But Draegos realises there's no need to get his Tarentines. What he should do now with this noble cav is to try and pull it out, really, and assist me for late game. Unfortunately, it does rout as it gets pinned up by militia hoplites. I am beating this. Like I said, I am beating this pike pretty decently, but like I said, it has gotten kills, like unnecessary kills on my units. I pinned the shield bearer with a Samnite and a militia hoplite. It's been so badly damaged with hit point damage, it's just going to die. I'll move in my Royal Pelters as well, just to help with the last few kills. I've got these two fresh units to do against the Athenian player and a mercenary Etruscan hoplite that dealt with those forest spears that I need to get back in. Unfortunately, he is going to get to this slinger unit that rallied back with this Tarentine cav. Let's see if I manage to get let's get close up here. I might be able to get but yeah, I do get a quick volley off and kill one more cavalry before slingers just get pounded on like that. Macedon does have a few skirms left, unfortunately, which is going to be a pain to me late game. But the balance bar is somewhat in my favour, and I have practically half my army alive that hasn't been touched hardly, including my general, an Italian sword, and a Samnite warrior. And I should have no problem dealing with the remainder of Athens and remnants of Macedon's missile contingent. Well, his missile contingent has probably done the best in his army. Actually, it's the one thing that actually did really well in his army was his missile corps. And as well, the shield bearer is not doing too bad as well. But it is getting most of its kills on the militia hoplites, not on the Samnite warriors. So I don't think it was cost effective enough, to my opinion. This archer hasn't done as well. If it keeps it with the rear shots on the back of these men, it will do devastatingly. This Royal Peltis gets a clean charge on his pike before he puts his pikes down, and will absolutely disintegrate this. Look at this pike unit go down. It's just unbelievable. And there you go. Let's get an entire pike with only losing 10 men. And then pull it out to try and get these archers, but he sees that and pulls them back. Let's let my Italian swords fire some javelins. If it gets into combat. There's a couple of horses going around there. Moving to my militias to assist against the veteran hoplines, but I shouldn't need it too badly. I do have a mercenary Samnite here that I should bring back, but I do forget about. But as you see, I just have so many spare units left alive still, full units of almost full health. It's impossible for Draegos to win. Even if he was the best Total War Rome 2 player in the entire world, he would not be able to win this battle now. It's a very good game. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'll give you some close-ups near the end here. Sound like that Italian just made that veteran in a world of pain. There's only so much being a veteran can give you, but it can't. Just take down a few Italians before it routs, which is admirable. These Etruscans get a good charge on the militia hoplites that are engaged in my Italian swords. And this 4x mercenary veteran hoplite as well is losing decisively. His general, which is the last full unit left, is doing a charge, and should get a nice clean charge on my Italians, which is not good for my Italians to say the least. As we've got a nice zoom up here. That Italian sword's dead. But the balance boys 2 against them, and I'm moving my general just for the extra few kills. As we'll see. Just that unit will get disintegrated by my Royal Polish general. A few kills there, lost a guy there, it's quite carnage. I just got a real charge with this Tarentine cavalry, but the enemy army is just routed now, there's nothing much you can do. It's a very good game to my opponent. Very good for MGL Draegos to win his battle against Disappointed, as they are both very good players. We'll go for the thing. My Royal Polish did really well. All three of my Samnites performed admirably. These two still had a lot of men left. The Italian sword didn't do the best, however, but it did alright. It still had half its men left. These two Etruscans did great. These two have all the troops. And that one did alright, but it did lose a lot. Agrian Axeman didn't do the best, but it's an Agrian Axeman, so you know. It did get all those kills in hoplite, so it's worth something. Didn't pay for itself, but helped. All my Thessalians paid for themselves with a show. We also had all the chevron because of that. Slingers didn't do that well. This one must have killed something expensive for 20 kills. Must have been a shield bearer or something to get a chevron. Missile hoplites do surprisingly well for militia hoplites. Macedon side, his missile contingent was very deadly, killing a lot of my men. And jointly killed about 250 to 300 of my men. Skirmisher cav performed very poorly, as they would do if you didn't engage them in melee combat. Shield bearer does alright, gets a lot of kills. Thessalian cav is used the best. Pikemen do one pikeman does good, one pikeman does average, the other one doesn't do very well. Still getting chevrons, so they did get some kills on those Etruscans. Hoplites do get used appallingly, as the same as the 4x swords, and the Furious spears don't get used very well either. On Athens and my opponent's side, those two noble fighters do extremely well, and his Celtiberians do okay across the board. That noble fighter, in my opinion, I don't think it got its cost effectiveness, even with 92 kills and a chevron, unless it was on a very expensive unit like itself, like maybe an Epirus Lancer. It might have been cost effective, but the amount of kills those Epirus Lancers got, I very much doubt those noble cavalry killed the Epirus Lancers. The Iberian Slingers did very well across the board for Iberian Slingers. That one didn't do that well, but it still had half its units left. Painted ones, this painted one didn't do that well. These didn't do that well. This one did alright. So Scutari Spearmen performing under average. Apart from these two did alright. Don't know what they got. Don't know what happened to these two. On Athens side, General gets a lot of kills, does very well, gets 2 chevrons and probably on elite units, so is very good. Epirus Lancers used very well in that game as well, and Tarentine cavalry used brilliantly there by MGL Draegos. 127 kills on the Tarentine cav is an absolute. It's very good, and I'm not sure. I don't think it was used to. If it was used to wrap up skirmishes, I don't think they'd got that chevron, but it was very good. The Peltists didn't do that well. Yeah, it must have killed something with a worth to get the chevron. Slingers do appallingly. Thracian warriors do alright across the board, apart from this one. Veteran hoplites do what veteran hoplites do best and kill. So the 4x hoplites didn't do that well, actually, is what you think it would be. You'd expect them to get about 100 kills. This one probably did something alright as he got the chevron. These two did perform very well. Militia hoplite with 88 kills. I would intrigue to see why 88 kills are on. It was a very good game from all of my opponents. Thank you for playing, and I'll see you later, guys. Goodbye.